Claire, thank you. It is time now for Coffee Talk. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I noticed that your driving routine has changed a little bit.
Yeah, no traffic.
Right.
It's great.
But traffic is down really all over the area. After all, school is now out. And with that, a lot of parents are opting to work from home if they can. And if you can work from home, does your boss feel threatened? That's a bold word, isn't it? But Business Insider recently explored this, and that's what one baby boomer who left a six-figure job says. His name is Dennis. He had a job where he could sometimes work remotely pre-pandemic. Once COVID hit, he worked remotely all the time. Then in April 2021, Dennis was called back to the office. He said, no, this is working for me. He opted to take a different job, fully remote. Again, he gave up a six-figure salary to stay working at home. He says, in his opinion, this should be a reckoning for bosses who suffer from productivity paranoia. Dennis argues people can be fully productive at home, and just being seen in the office does not mean you are actually doing quality work. And
Good
guys,
point.
up until my shift changed, I was kind of on the boss's side. But now that I am in the Great Day office for a very long time each day,
Wow, incoming insult. I feel it. Here it comes.
I cannot concentrate
Yeah.
because of all the talking. And Matt knows this. I do the majority of it.
Yes.
I'm the problem.
Well, wait, I didn't mean to say yes at that moment,
No,
but
you
also
agree.
yes. I was just thinking, welcome to my world for like the last 12 years.
How have you
it's the
handled
only
it?
Well, and by nature of what we do, we tend not to be in cubicle farms, and that's
Right.
the Great Day environment. And
Right.
when you're not accustomed to that,
Right.
it is very different, and it's not for everybody.
And we talked about this during the pandemic when we were going through all of that. And since we don't live normal lives in this business, you know, one of the things that struck me was it is nice to be able to go downstairs and maybe set the table for tomorrow morning so that maybe I don't have to rush so much in the morning. And I would think that anybody who's doing paperwork and wants to make it to his daughter's basketball game or her son's baseball practice or whatever can say, I'll do that when I get back. And there you are. It's instead of zoning out in front of the TV watching Netflix until the wee hours, you're knocking out a couple of hours of work so that you can make up for what you didn't do today or make up for some time that you intend to take away from the desk tomorrow. And that you have that option.
And if you're getting it all done and doing it at a satisfactory level,
yeah. This
Unless
morning,
there's an important deadline, obviously,
Yeah.
but who cares when you do it as long as you get it done?
Yeah.
Who cares when or where you do it, right?
what are we missing? I feel like we're missing something. We need a boss on the couch. He would tell you otherwise.
Well, I'm
Or
as
she.
close as you're going to get.
That's
you
true.
do boss us around.
All the time. All right, tell me if you've ever done this, okay? You're thinking about someone, maybe it's for better, maybe it's for worse, and you accidentally text them
I hate that.
about them instead of the person that you meant to text about
yeah.
them.
My heart just dropped in my stomach
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Sending a text to the wrong person tops the list of modern life mishaps.
Yep.
This comes from a study conducted by one poll.
Been there, done that.
Found that the average adult encounters about 84 mishaps a year.
That's
It
it?
feels like a good year. Here's some
like a
common
good month.
Here's some common examples. See if you can relate. Mistaking a stranger for someone that you know
Yeah.
to the point that you actually go up and say hi to them.
Yes.
Forgetting about a meal that you packed for work and leaving it at home.
Take that.
And inevitably it's something that will spoil on the counter. Had your phone go off in a place that it should have been on silent.
Like a funeral.
Oh,
I'm kidding. That did not happen to
Yikes.
me.
but I've heard a story.
Yes.
Tried to unlock your car before realizing it was someone else's vehicle.
That.
Tried getting
That's
in
a
someone
problem for
else's
Matt
car.
and I now because we both own cars that are super common.
Similar.
And it's so easy to
Yeah.
walk out there and think it's yours.
That's very true. Other things that made it on the list. Some honorable mentions here. Forget to cancel subscriptions that you never use. Bought furniture that wasn't the right size. Should have taken the tape measure. Ordered the wrong thing in a restaurant by accident.
Yeah.
Booked a train or a flight for the wrong time. I did once book an Amtrak train one day off and realized it with like 3 days to go. And
boy.
thankfully, I think they let me change it without
What if you
Any
booked
extra
the wrong
cost.
destination? You thought you were going to Orlando, and next thing you're in
Right.
Omaha.
That would
Most
be-
of mine, though, now kind of revolve around butt dials and texts where you're answering someone or making some kind of comment and sending it to the wrong person because that was the last person that you texted.
That's what I get,
But
yeah.
you had a phone call with somebody else or
Yep.
whatever. And
I've
just-
told more than a few guy friends that I love them.
Yes.
Thinking that I was texting my
Yes.
wife. I'll be home a little late. Love you. And then,
that's
you know,
so
Tim
nice.
writes back, he's like, love you too.
can't wait.
Yeah.
There's a
I'll put
big
on
hear about
something
that one.
special.
Right, when you are bad-mouthing the person.
No, that's worse. That's
Yeah.
that's worse.
Yeah.
That brings us to our Facebook question, sponsored by the Happy Roof Company. What do you do when you forget somebody's name? Do you have a hack for this? Head on over to our Facebook page and share your answers with us.
Please
need
do,
help.
because
Yeah.
yes, I do this a lot.
the time.
and
It's
I hate
easier
it.
if you're in pairs because you can do the old, now if I, you can tell your
Yes.
significant other, if I go up and introduce myself and say, this is my wife Stephanie, but I don't say their name, that means I don't remember their
Right,
name.
and they know that.
And hopefully they'll say, oh,
Yes.
Stephanie, nice to meet you. I'm Jim.
And then you complain, I would say, oh, I'm so rude. I
Yes.
should have
I
introduced
should
you
have, I should have
guys.
I'm so rude, but I forgot your name. That's why.
So I'm doubly rude.
Summer! It's pretty much here, and we all know how good it feels to soak up that sun, but live your best life, maybe even enjoy a luxurious vacation. But how do you turn down a friend trip that is so luxurious you don't have the cash? Since we know having tough conversations can be awkward, we're here to fix it for you. Yeah, here are some potential solutions that we found on self.com. Number one, find a compromise. Only participate in activities that best fit your budget. Number two, if you can't make it this time, be honest about the reason. Tell your friends it's out of your price range, you have other priorities at the moment, but last but not least, offer an alternative way to bond with your friends that honors your financial reality. And remember, a good friend will understand your situation and respect you no matter what. However,
Oh boy.
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing
Well,
to say, you know
yeah.
what? I would love to spend the weekend in Branson, but I just don't have it.
I
right
don't
now.
think that should be embarrassing. You have
It shouldn't be, but it is.
with inflation, with job
I do like this
chaos.
You
with
know, I've
kids.
already budgeted for this, what I'm doing this year, but I'd love to try this next year. And then you've got a whole year
Right.
to make up another
Yeah.
excuse or unfriend that person. You just, because that's
You're
sometimes
just
that's
too
easier.
rich for me.
Yeah,
It's the
you
problem.
just-
We're just not gonna.
You back off and then you just don't ever call them again. And pretty soon, it takes a year, but they'll get the hint.
You could also say, that sounds like fun. Will you pay for me to go?
Oh, yeah. Now, see, I like the
Please?
direct approach.